Hello and welcome to episode 8. I'd like to start out with one simple question. Do you like your smile? I hope the answer is yes. But if you say no, even more reason why you need to get some dental insurance. So, wanted to start off the podcast discussing dental coverage. We have a lot of great options. When I first started selling insurance, I would always basically feel bad offering dental because the dental coverage wasn't that great. In today's health insurance world, because of the profit and cost sharing for the ACA plans with the minimum loss ratios for insurance companies, they've had to create alternative ways to generate revenue, and dental insurance has really become a lot better for the consumer through the years. So just wanted to kind of talk about it. I myself have learned that your teeth have a lot to do with your health, believe it or not. So the better you take care of your teeth, the better your health can be. And the more you do not take care of your teeth, the worse it can cause your health to be, which was kind of eye-opening for me. I think it started with my dentist constantly telling me you need to brush, you need to floss, and not really believing him. But ultimately, I've been dealing with insurance for almost 15, 20 years now, and I've learned from people who need transplants that their doctors will not do their transplants until they get their teeth done, the work done that they needed on their teeth. So I've seen it, especially in certain situations where maybe, these bridges, crowns, root canals, they're referred to as major services. So major services are the expensive stuff, I call it. And I always ask my client, hey, last time you were at the dentist, did they tell you needed any bridges, crowns, or root canals? And if they say yeah, they know that they're going to have an expensive dental plan, because the root canals, bridges, crowns, that stuff can cost upwards of $1,500 or more. With dental insurance, I've seen plans discount 50%. Lots of them have waiting periods for major services. Obviously, we talked about this before. Insurance companies are in the business to make money, not lose money. So if they were to give you an insurance policy that covered bridges, crowns, root canals with no waiting period, people would probably buy the plan, get the work done, and then cancel it. And again, insurance companies do not like to lose money, so that's why that doesn't happen. But they do give coverage, first dollar coverage, upfront coverage, no waiting period on preventative, which is exams, x-rays, and cleanings. So wellness preventative for dental is usually covered day one, in some plans $1, and then some plans have a deductible. Also, basic services are cavities, fillings, tooth extractions, etc. All that is usually covered, no waiting period. Some plans have a 3-month waiting period. Some may even see 6 months, the ones that have better coverage. But a lot of them you can get away with no waiting period as well. And even major services, there are plans with no waiting period. They're just giving you a 15%, maybe a 25% discount. The other thing I wanted to mention about wellness preventative with the exams, cleanings, and x-rays, you get 2 cleanings twice every 6 months. So twice a year, basically. I do have one carrier that allows you to get a cleaning every 5 months, but I don't see many people running back to the dentist. So again, I feel dental insurance is very important, especially from the agent's perspective. When I talk to clients who already have health insurance, and I just mentioned dental insurance, a lot of them, more than 50%, say, oh yeah, I did need some dental, or yeah, what do you have? So for you agents out there, when you're offering a health insurance plan, I know there are different schools of thoughts on how to bundle or price it in, but when I'm writing up the health insurance policy, I just ask my client, do you like your smile? I know a guy that I work with for a lot of years, and good plug here, who transitioned, asked, do you have teeth? So, every approach works as long as you get it out there, and I know a lot of top producers just bundle it in there, but for me, I'm writing up the health, and I just ask, do you like your smile? And I continue to just say, okay, we need to add a dental plan, and I do what I just asked you guys about, being to the dentist recently, and did you need any major work, and go from there. We have multiple plans, multiple carriers that work for every budget. If you need some help finding some affordable dental insurance, as well as obviously health insurance, that's what we're here for. So in most dental plans, you can bundle a vision plan as well. So keep that in mind if you wear glasses like me or contacts. So we are here to help. If you have any questions, let us know. The last thing before we transition, and I'm going to talk about the ACA and healthcare reform when it comes to the $2 trillion stimulus plan that the Biden administration recently passed. You know, I hear a lot of people in the insurance world saying, come get this free money that the government's giving away to help pay for your health insurance. You got to market your business right. I'm not going to sit there and say it isn't free money, but it's being subsidized based on your monthly premium. So we're going to talk about that more. And then next few podcasts, I'm hoping to have some special guests. Ultimately, the producer is pushing for a video podcast, possibly, or a video for the interview, so we can use that for some content. I know my social media director would love that. 411 on healthinsurance.com. Rate, review, and subscribe. Comment on any questions or information that you're looking forward to in future podcasts, any episodes or anything you want to discuss, any questions you may have, or anyone out there that needs help. Please, we're here to help. And we're going to be discussing the $2 trillion stimulus and how it impacts healthcare insurance in America today with the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, also referred to as Obamacare. So there's a lot of news in the media and buzzing through the insurance world and agents specifically on how to help clients who are signed up for an ACA plan. The Biden administration has increased the government subsidy for the ACA plans. They have basically upped it from 400% of the federal poverty level, in some states 600 to 800% of the federal poverty level. So if you're currently on an Affordable Care Act plan, you can get a bigger subsidized amount just based on the $2 trillion stimulus. Now, the reason I say the buzzing in the insurance world with agents is a lot of agents think that they have to go on and rewrite the policy, but they don't. They just need to update the client's information in healthcare.gov to obtain the higher subsidy, or they can retrieve the tax credits when they file their taxes the following year. So just wanted to kind of briefly touch on not only how the $2 trillion stimulus package is going to affect the healthcare insurance industry, but consumers who buy health insurance as well as the agents to help protect the clients. So for me personally, I'm contacting all my ACA clients. The majority of them like the fact that they can settle up on their federal income taxes and get a bigger check back at the end of the year or offset any taxes that they may have to pay based on the subsidy. The majority of them are choosing to go that route. There are some who are maybe struggling financially and looking to save that monthly premium that they're paying and increase the subsidy. So I'm just giving my clients the option, and I encourage all the agents to do the same thing. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad seeds out there. You know, just a small percentage, I guess. I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a small percentage of agents that will reach out to their current clients and even other people's clients and say, oh, you're losing out on all these subsidies. You have to take advantage of it today. And they're basically just, poaching clients or stealing, just misinforming. So for all of you agents, again, educate, inform your clients, let them make the decision. And as well as, insurance companies I've seen kind of going out there saying, don't lose out on these subsidies, etc. So again, I just feel like it's important to kind of clarify that most of my clients that I've been dealing with for years, when I ask them, would you rather lower your premium? We can go on, update you'll have a higher government subsidy with your health insurance costs. And then the other option would be you can leave it the way it is. And then when you file your taxes in the following year, you'll get a bigger check, or it'll offset any taxes that you may owe. So again, I just feel like it's real important to inform and educate your clients of those options when it comes to the ACA subsidy, specifically with the $2 trillion stimulus that the Biden administration. So again, I try not to get political. It makes it difficult sometimes, but I do tell clients, hey, let's not miss out on some of this free money that the Biden administration is giving away. Now, Republicans, when you talk to them and they say, oh, yeah, sure, I'll take the government subsidy and have someone help pay less for my insurance. But if they were a true Republican, they'd probably say, no, I don't want any of that government money. But I haven't had any of the Republicans in the states that I deal with tell me no. And the reason I joke and say that is in the blue states, when I'm talking to a client, if they are, and again, there are Republicans in blue states and there are Democrats in red states. So please don't misunderstand what I'm getting ready to say. So what I'm saying is when I have a client who tells me that they hate Obamacare, well, I'll tell them, hey, I hate Obamacare too. And then if you get a client that says, well, I love Obamacare, then say, hey, I love Obamacare too. And the reason I say that is not to let you think, oh, this guy will say anything, but most consumers don't really understand what the ACA does and how it impacts them, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. Because I'll just say this to kind of bring it home. If you're an individual who buys your own insurance, and just think about it this way, as your mom or your dad was that individual who buys their own insurance, or your wife or your husband or your brother or your sister or your son or your daughter or your niece or your nephew. If you have a family member, think of them as that person who buys their own individual insurance. And they were to, God forbid, get diagnosed with cancer or have a heart attack or get MS or have a stroke. Do you think it is fair for them to not be able to buy a health insurance policy? Or do you think it's fair for the insurance company to dictate whether or not they can buy a health insurance plan? Now, personally, this affects me, and I'm sure if we think about this on a level that I just described to you for a family or a friend or a loved one, and they were, God forbid, diagnosed, you would want them to be able to get a health insurance plan without being discriminated against, without being declined. So for all you Republicans that maybe say ACA or Obamacare is not any good, I think it's fair in this country, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, that somebody who has a pre-existing condition should be able to buy health insurance. That's really all I have to say about the ACA and Obamacare. And if anybody thinks that it sucks, it's too expensive, it's not right, it's not fair, well, that's why you need to call me, an insurance broker, to help educate and inform you of your options, because we do have group insurance plans. We do have non-ACA plans. Unfortunately, you have to be healthy to qualify for the non-ACA plans, the private plans that the insurance companies put out there. All the top carriers do it. The two top carriers that I use that are non-ACA plans are United Healthcare and National General, who was recently acquired by Allstate. So those are pretty much the top two. There are many other. I try to stick with the top carriers who offer them because they offer clients options of 2 or 3 years. Unfortunately, you have to deal with healthy clients. They could have some minor issues, blood pressure, cholesterol, asthma, allergies, not a big deal, things like that that are controlled. But once you get into diabetes, heart attacks, MS, arthritis, anything pre-existing is not covered. So if somebody has a knee issue or a back issue, none of that's going to be covered. So the ACA plans are out there to help protect clients that need those plans. And my job is not to say, hey, this plan is better or that plan is better. My job is to help my clients make sure that they have all the information and knowledge, so when they make a decision that best fits their family, their business. So God forbid, if something were to happen, they have peace of mind to know that they have the coverage they need. So I hope this clears it up. I understand there's a lot of confusion when it comes to health insurance, but this is why you need to speak to a specialist like myself, a broker who's independent, represents all the top A-rated carriers. I have over 100 carriers we represent, which is 100 carriers too many. Because at the end of the day, there's only one carrier and one plan that your client can buy. So, we try to sift through all the chaos and confusion to find that needle in the haystack to protect your client. And if you're buying it online or you're buying it through a captive agent, and when I say captive, that means they can only sell one carrier and one plan, or if that carrier has multiple plans, and that's usually because they're captive, they can't sell other options. Do you really think they have you, the client, as the best interest of you, the consumer? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I'll let you be the judge on whether or not that agent who can only sell the one company has your best interest at heart. So again, with that, I'm here to help people. My job is to educate, inform, provide the 411 on all things health insurance. Please rate, review, and subscribe. 411 on healthinsurance.com. Thanks. Have a great day.